everybody. Sorry, I'm a little late here.
Start with a prayer. We pray for your Spirit to lead us each step of this new year. Thank you that you make all things new. Thank you for all that you've allowed into our lives this past year, the good along with the hard things that which have reminded us how much we need you and rely on your presence filling our every single day. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Jim.
Okay, so on December 30th, financials, I approved transfers from the auditors, veterans, JFS, engineer, and DES true-up payroll for the last pay period of the year, and supplemental D appropriations in the Community Development Fund for year-end adjustments.
Okay. And then we have the encumbrances. Do you want to handle that, Adrian?
Okay, so item number 2 on the agenda is for the encumbrances that you'll be approving today so that they will be considered effective as of the January 1st, 2021.
Okay.
That way there's no gap in spending at all, or the ability to pay for spending.
Okay. All right, motion please.
So move.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier? Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Okay, and then today's financials include some appropriations transfers from MRDD and JFS to move appropriations that were requested for 2021 but were too late to include in the permanent appropriations. And then the encumbrances are all the contract and purchase orders for various departments for the new year, the initial encumbrances.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a revenue certification from the Commissioner's Office in our capital reserve fund for the revenue expected from the sale of the revenue bond for the construction of the new building.
Very good.
So the bonds will go in when? When do you feel that we'll start to see that amounts start to transfer?
Well, we're already spending some of the one that we got in December.
Mm-hmm.
So we got about 9.6 million. So this one's going to be probably in the neighborhood of 14 million for the sales tax backed bonds.
Very good.
And those will be selling in the next few weeks.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we have 60 days from the date of our Moody's rating to utilize that for the sale of these. And that is, I think the deadline for that's like January 18th. We can file for another 15-day extension. That would take us to the beginning of February, but we're hoping to be able to get it done before then. Otherwise, we have to sit for another Moody's interview for another rating. So.
And our interest rate was what was our interest rate?
We were like, I think,
1.23%.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's really good.
yeah, it was good for 20 years.
Yeah.
It was lower. Steve Santo from Cecina said it was a lower rate than some of his AAA offerings that he got. So
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, we're very fortunate.
We hit that at the right time.
now the sales tax backed bonds will probably not be quite as low because it's a different type of bond. It's a revenue bond
Mhm.
as opposed to a general obligation bond. But we're expecting it to come in
Be close.
relatively low as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So a motion, please.
So move.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. This is the gas mileage reimbursement.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is to set the current gas mileage reimbursement for this year to be effective January 1st for the departments under your hiring or direction. It was 0.575 last year, so it's a reduction down to 0.56.
Okay. And everybody's all on the same page here with the auditor's office. Everyone, wasn't there some question as to not maybe the rate, but
No, the rate, it was
how it's
they're processing it.
and that's been all
That's been straightened out.
good. Good.
JFS JFS was the one that was having the biggest problem.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. If we could read number 4, please.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board establish the gas mileage reimbursement at the current Internal Revenue Service rate, 0.56 cents, to be effective January 1st, 2021, for the departments under the direction of the Dry County Board of Commissioners.
Motion?
Make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. All right. Gene,
Morning.
how are you?
Good.
Hi, Tim.
Any skydiving this week?
This weekend.
Is it a little cold out there? or
Gonna head to Florida this weekend.
Oh, okay, good.
Very good.
Play with some of my friends. in the
Nice, nice.
Number 5, the engineer's office is requesting the board approve resolution 21-002 to allow us to undertake force accounts for the year 2021.
Can I make that motion?
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Thank you. Item 6, I'm not gonna read them all, but this is our big bonds, our performance bonds for
Mhm.
2020. These are all projects that are closed out, and we're requesting to release the bonds so that those folks can get their money back and bond another project.
So, do they normally contract, companies that do business with the county on a regular basis, do they put that bond up at the beginning of the year, or is it each individual?
Each project.
Each project,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's
then
based on the the cost of that individual
Okay,
project.
okay. So these are ones that we were holding from last year's?
Yep.
Project.
Yeah.
2 of them were pulled from the original list that went out.
Mhm.
The original agenda went out. There was 2 that were pulled.
Okay.
That
Good.
was Grade Line and Chester Miller.
Yep.
Very good.
It's so much per thousand.
Yeah, but I mean, the big thing for them is if their bond limit is close, they can't bond additional work as long as these bonds are,
It's being held?
Yep.
Yep.
so releasing them when their projects are closed out, it helps them effectively get more bonding for
Okay.
future projects.
Excellent.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner
Aye.
Spudler? Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Morning.
Good morning. Happy
Good morning.
New Year.
How are you, Jessica?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right, number 7 and 8 is regarding our food contract with Page Food Services. They provide the food, the catering for our home delivered meal and our congregate program. We have a 2-year contract. The max amount will be for $964,340. Of course, if we do not need that many meals, we won't use the full contract. We've seen a lot of growth in our home delivered meals, especially this last year with a lot of people staying home.
Sure.
And issues. So we budgeted for about 70,000 meals per year. 2019, we came in at about 60,000, so we're just giving some room for growth.
What, so how, roughly, what did you have last year, you said?
Our numbers are still coming in. We haven't received the billing yet for December.
Mhm.
But in 2019, we did 59,969 meals, and we served 496 seniors in 2019. So we're still wrapping up the numbers for this year. But our home delivered meals coordinator, every morning on our call, she's getting more and more referrals
Mhm.
for folks.
Hey, what was our estimated amount last year, do you know?
The estimated amount for
The contract?
I would have to go back
Okay.
and pull. It was just slightly less. The contract hasn't changed very much year to year. The food cost was just up ever so slightly. I think it was like a couple pennies per meal.
I see.
Yeah, he has stayed very reasonable. He was the same provider that we had the last 2 years as well.
Mhm.
So that is to move forward with this 2-year contract, and the second part is to accept their performance bond and release the bid bond.
I'll make a motion to move.
Second.
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
And the other item, I have an employee who is ready to hit that 200-hour vacation accrual, and we're asking that we waive it through payroll 1 through 12 of this year.
Okay, wait. Okay, all right, motion
I'll
please?
make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Do
you.
You still need volunteers for Meals on Wheels or anything else?
Yes, yeah, so Meals on Wheels, yes, I think, so I'll tell you what's kind of happening. As many folks, 'tis the season for sinus issues, coughing and whatnot, and a lot of times when you go to your physician and present with those issues, they will have you follow a COVID protocol, which they will then refer you for a test, and then you're waiting for the results. So we are losing staff and drivers for weeks at a time because they're being told that they need a test and need to wait for the results. So yes, we definitely need drivers, and we still have our snowbirds going to Florida.
Okay.
We don't blame them. But, so yes, home delivered meal drivers.
Last week I had 2 people call me and ask, so
Yes.
I'll have them get a hold of you.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, water resources.
Good morning, Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have 5 items this morning. The first one is departments asking the board to approve and execute a contract maintenance one, increasing the contract with tracks for the McFarland Creek Emergency Restoration Project for the additional materials and hours needed to regrade the slope along the creek in the amount of $3,083.64.
So moved.
This project is an emergency situation, and with that, do we have to go into emergency for extras for that particular job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
up to 100,000.
Oh, okay. And the materials are for what? Concrete, dirt?
It was to take the slope back about 5 feet because it was so steep. And then after we sloped it and shaped it, we put netting and seating material down. It was about $3,000. I directed them to do that. Otherwise, we would have left the slope open to erosion.
We've been right back to where we started.
It was just sloping the hillside back a little further than we originally planned to do.
Do you foresee any other extras on this emergency job?
No, it's not.
I second the motion.
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Next one, Department of Water Resource requests the board approve the revised job description for the position of Assistant Sanitary Engineer, 2303, to be effective January 5th.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Third item, the department requests board grant permission to advertise for the position of full-time assistant sanitary engineer internally for a period of 5 days. If no qualified candidate is found, then we'll post it externally until it's filled.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Water Resource requests the board accept the resignation of Pete Doksimovich, the McFarland Wastewater Treatment Plant Operator 3, to be effective January 12th.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
And I want to add to that, I've lost both Class 3 operators, so we're not in compliance with the EPA now. They both left for pay reasons. And I have no more Operator 3s in the department, so I think that's important to be aware of that. Department of Water Resources requesting the board grant permission to advertise for the position of Operator 1 internally for a period of 5 days. If no qualified candidate is found, then externally until the position is
Do you have any potentials that will move into these, any qualified candidates?
No.
No?
We may move one gentleman in there to be the supervisor,
Mhm.
but we will not be in compliance because you have to have operator class 3.
Mhm.
And that's 24, or that's.
It's not 24 hours, 7 days a week. There's a number of hours associated with that.
So,
It usually takes 2.
so they left for pay reasons?
Yeah, one went to North Royalton, he said $9 more an hour. And the other gentleman left to Bedford Heights, and he's making $3 so more an hour.
Okay.
Those were the 2 senior guys there, and it's going to be a real challenge.
Both from the same plant.
Or from the farm.
That's our only three operation plant that we have in the county, so So let's try to think about this. Do we have somebody that we're in the process of trying to get from 2 to 3 that we could?
2 to 3 is a bit more challenging, and they have to serve some time in a certain
Okay.
position to be able to sit for the test. We do have one gentleman who expressed interest about becoming a supervisor down there, and it would be, he'd have to have his Class 3 within 2 years. We've also looked to Lake County for some of their retirees for Class 3 operators. There's a possibility that one gentleman would be willing to come in, but only part-time. And we're going to be very hard-pressed because, well, multiple reasons. There's a high demand for Class 3, and you know, we're competing with other counties.
Okay. No, I totally understand. In this position that we're putting out, we're putting this out at what kind of a rate? Are we
I
staying?
think it's grade 9.
Well, let me
Yeah.
interrupt for 1 minute. What was on the original agenda was to advertise for an operator.
Right. No, I
Pulled
understand, but
yesterday.
I'm saying for his
Because
new position
we
where
pulled
we're going to be.
Right. They want to do a
This-
revision
this
to
is-
the operator 3 job description, so
Uh-huh.
that's why the advertisement that was on here got pulled. So that'll probably be back on next week,
Yeah.
to ask you to revise the job description and then advertise.
This week or next week. It's going to be a hard press.
Because that's the thing is the level 3 has always been a challenge, and it's getting even worse because there's so many few people
Well,
pursuing that.
a lot of them are retiring out.
And the EPA has also changed the rules on what it takes to get a Class 3 from where it was 10 years ago. It was, I don't want to say it was easier per se, but they made the prerequisites to even sit for the Class 3
Right.
much
That's
more
the
difficult to
challenge.
get to.
We have a gentleman, he's really good. We need a leader down there. That's the problem we've always had. You know, when Jerry was over there, someone who can take responsibility and run the plant.
Yeah.
You met George.
Yes.
when he was over there.
Mhm.
We never had that.
This has
down there.
always been
And
an
now
issue at this
we're,
point for him.
we're going through a very detailed assessment.
So I mean, this is a union operated.
One
department.
position was a supervisor, he was a 3.
Okay.
George. The other one is a union.
Okay.
Yeah, supervisors are not union.
We will have to reevaluate in a couple of years when the contract.
I was just going to say, like, you know,
We've already met to discuss, there should be a substantial pay difference between operator 2 and 3.
mhm.
And, you know, I talked to Jerry, Jerry's aware we work on these things together, but this was a surprise. This came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And I think too, if we could make 3 appealing, we'll get 2s to start to focus on getting their 3.
And, you know, there are things I can do to help them. If they have to travel to take the test, if there's
Right.
costs associated with the exam. But the gentleman we have lined up is probably one of the best employees, and he's looking forward to a challenge.
Yeah, we need to start identifying those group,
Yeah.
those individuals and facilitating their growth within the.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, we do have incentives to get
Mhm.
higher licenses. You get a bonus, you get a pay differential. But, you know, you also have to be careful that you have a bunch of Class 3 operators with no job they're working in, but they're getting paid as a Class 3. So,
Right.
you know,
So
Yeah.
are we able to go out to like an outside,
OPCO
yeah,
operators,
Yeah.
we go to them.
So you can contract out that.
I guess we could. I'd want to avoid that as much as
Okay.
possible.
but
Okay.
as far as a temporary fix, just so that we're in compliance, to
It may
do
be
that?
something- It may be
It's-
something we need to do, we would have to have the discussion with the union.
Yeah.
And I don't see the union arguing over it, it's not
No.
like we're not displacing somebody in the department because we don't have somebody. in the
Also, the
position.
Ohio EPA has, because of the COVID, they have a list of Class 3 and 4 operators that would be willing to help out in places, but a lot of them are in southern Ohio. There are about 3 or 4 individuals within an hour or 2
Hmm.
of McFarland that we might be able to track up.
Yeah.
EPA will probably, I mean, it is what it is. They could be angry as much as they want, but we may get a waiver for a certain period of time.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And that's just it, I mean, the EPA, they will understand if when we have the discussions with them. you know, look, we're doing what we can to get somebody in, but if there's nobody to be brought in.
And everyone's having a challenge, especially with the aging out workforce.
And part of
The class threes, of course, are older anyhow.
And part of the problem with class threes, with being a smaller class three wastewater plant, is class three operators, they get picked off by, you know, Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District and such, and those are class three, they're going to those plants, working as a class three operator, getting paid more with no responsibility.
Right. That was the one thing.
I mean, they're not supervising, they're not the operator of record, they're, you know, so.
No responsibility, so.
And more
So
money.
that's always one of those troublesome things we've had with McFarland being right there at that class three, and it's at the low end of the class three, you know, the class three wastewater plants. This class three, if I remember correctly, goes from 1.2 million up to 13 million, 14
Yeah,
million.
I thought 15.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so they're smaller.
So
McFarland's unique anyhow.
I mean, what's the, not to get into this too much, but what's the difference in responsibilities from, say, a 2 to a 3?
Well, the responsibilities are, the actual responsibility, being accountable as the operator of a record for the plant,
Yeah.
doing the sampling, doing all that,
Mhm.
and then putting their name on the line with the EPA when the reporting is done.
But the big responsibility is they're putting their license on the line, their
Right.
operator license on the line if things go bad at the plant.
Mm.
That's the supervisor. Operator 3 handles, it's not the supervisor, just handles operations on the plant. Supervisor does a myriad of
Mhm.
jobs down there.
You know, it's like the, you know, we run into this in other, you know, like in the building, you know, with inspectors
Oh, yeah.
and all this and that.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, I understand the reasoning for it, you know, obviously, but it's,
Makes it hard.
yeah, they kind of hold you hostage in a way, you know? I mean, it's hard to operate when you have to rely on something like that.
You know, we lost one to North Royalton, the other one to Bedford Heights, smaller municipalities.
Yeah.
No responsibility, that was, it's interesting.
And at the most we ever carry is level 3 operators, there's 2 of them.
We've had 2 out there, yes. We really need 2 out there to cover the hours requirement.
I
You
think
know,
we had
it's-
3 when Siebert was here, right?
Yes.
That was
Because he wasn't working as an
No, he
operator
was-
three.
Ah,
He was
okay.
working as an
He was
electrician.
in a.
He had the operator 3 license, but because, you know, he was one who was able to get that back when, again, I won't say they're necessarily easier to get the licenses, but back when you could get, when an electrician could get an operator's license,
Mhm.
then
I see.
he was smart enough to go in and get that license. Now, it's pretty much if you're getting an operator license, you're operating a plant. You're not doing maintenance on the plant.
I
You're
see.
not doing anything else. It's the
Yeah, there's time requirements.
Hmm.
Pretty interesting. It changes all the time.
That's
So
a
there's-
discussion I know that the County Sanitary Engineers Association had with the EPA a few, years back when they started changing the rules. It's like, you guys aren't thinking big picture. Is you got all these guys who, when sewer systems really started came in and moved up in the system and now ready to retire, and now you're making it harder for the younger guys to get the license
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
replace those guys.
Yeah.
It's like,
So what I would do is I'm gonna take this out of the Tim Lennon book of comments, is there's a difference with cheap and frugal on this. Let's try to post this thing that we'll get candidates,
I'll totally agree with you.
you know? I mean, because we can post a job and know that we're not gonna get anybody. It's
Right.
Counter,
Well, from
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
understand,
yeah.
well, we're able to do it within 2 grades of the starting.
Yeah.
So, if you have a brand new gentleman or gal
Yeah.
coming in, then they start at step 1. But if we have someone who has
Yeah.
experience and is ready to start from day 2, then maybe we can start them at step 3, which would be a couple of bucks
Yeah.
difference.
just to make it attractive for
Where do you
somebody.
advertise, like, just in Ohio or coast to coast, or?
Well, we advertise, we work with Kathy, we do local, but then that all goes into Indeed, which is national. We'll also post it to ODCO, but our best luck has been our own employees.
Mm-hmm.
Moving up the ranks.
Wild pigs looking for those truffles, and we've
Yeah.
been very lucky with that. But you don't steal them. We can't steal them from other plants, but we can find a wealth of experience from people that are retired.
Mm.
They're really good. So that's,
Well, keep us up
We have
informed
posted
on
in the
that.
past with the American Water Works Association, so it's national.
Mhm. Good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let us know.
We still have to vote on number 14.
I make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner
Aye.
Spillier? Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay,
All right, we have the organizational meeting now.
yes, in front of you, you have a big, long package. There's some extra copies of the board portion if you're interested.
I'm sorry, can you offering that?
That's
There's extra copies of the org portion that we're gonna go over. They're up here. There's only a couple, I didn't know how many you'd be interested in. There's like
Thank you.
3 or 4.
Oh,
Take one of these, just for a second.
Yeah.
If that's the only PPA, class 3, they never require the person to work at a class
can
3
share that with
plant
your
for a
friend.
couple of years before they can sit for.
So it's not like you can just go get
You
one.
can't go, whereas years ago, you could sit for, you just had to have experience with
Yeah.
working at a wastewater plant.
Right.
So to get your class 1, you.
But now you gotta
just be-
sit in and
Now you gotta
intern
actually
or
be
whatever.
working on operating
Yeah.
the plant
Yeah.
as opposed to maintenance.
Yeah.
Just to get to class 1, and then class 2, you gotta be working at a class 2 plant,
Mm.
operating a class 2 plant. So for like us, with having as many plants as we do,
Mhm.
to try to have somebody with class 1 working with the class 2 operator of a plant, it's hard to do
Mhm.
because of the timing and the requirements of being at each plant.
And that's our only 3, right?
That is the only three, yes.
Okay.
So you wanna flip over to your long,
Yep.
and on the front page,
Okay. So we're going to start the 2021 organizational meeting, January 5th, 2021. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board appoint James W. Dvorak as President of Geauga County Board of Commissioners for the year of 2021. If we could have a motion,
I'll make
please.
that motion.
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes, and congratulations, Jim.
Thanks.
Commissioner's Office requesting the Board appoint Timothy C. Lennon as Vice President of the Geauga County Board of Commissioners for 2021.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board adopt the Geauga County Commissioners meeting schedule for 2021. So, if
I
we-
do want to point out
if you
one
wanna-
change from last week, based on the discussion that we had about adding the thing about the virtual. We also included language in there to, where it says sessions will be held at the Commissioner's Office located at 470 Center Street in either its chambers or Building 8 meeting room. So that if like something comes up that we have to move to Building 8, we don't have to do it by resolution at this point. We can
Good.
establish whether it's here or Building 8, but any other alternate location as necessary with the legal required notice would be by the resolution. Or if held virtual, then with access information being provided.
Okay,
So-
That will allow us to, on Tuesday morning, if we realize.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
We
space.
just
Yeah.
go down there without any problems.
very good.
That's the only change to the list from last week.
Okay, and as far as all the board appointments, we're all set there, I think.
Hold on, let's do your meeting schedule. and
Oh,
then
okay,
go to
okay.
the things.
Okay,
Can I
I'm
have a
sorry,
mo-
yeah.
That's all right. Can I have a motion on the meeting schedule?
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Okay. And then your board appointments are set up as basically that we went back and forth, that we wanted to sit on one board for next year. If there's any changes, let me know, we can make them now. Sure, if you're
We'll just
good.
look at these real quick. Okay. Looks good. All right, so if we could get a motion to approve the appointments of members of the Board of County Commissioners to boards and committees for 2021 as follows.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner
Aye.
Spillier? Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. Okay, and then the Commissioner's Office requesting the Board approve the appointments of Board of Revision. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. This
Yeah.
just sets Jim is the primary,
Yeah.
with you as the alternate, Ralph is an alternate, and Jerry is an alternate.
Oh, okay.
For the year 21, so that if for
If-
some reason the three of you are not allowed to attend, this gives Jerry permission to go on your behalf and be able to vote
Okay.
during 21.
All right, motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. And then our staff appointments, Commissioner's Office requesting the board appoint Jared Morgan, County Administrator. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Should be better this year, hopefully, right?
Hopefully,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Commissioner's Office requesting the board appoint Christine Blair as the Clerk of Commissioners.
So, second. Make a motion. I make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. Great. Congratulations. Commissioner's Office requesting the board approve the following staff appointments. So this will be our directors, Department of Aging, Jessica Bolt, Executive Director, Department of Development, David Favorite, Director of Community Economic Development, Martin Castelletti, Chief Building Enforcement Official, Dan Spada, Director, Department of Emergency Services, Roger Peterson, Director of Job Family Services, Craig Swenson, Director of Maintenance, Glenn Vernick, Director of Transportation, Joanne Santilli, Director of Water Resources, Steve Oliak, Sanitary Engineer, Water Resources, Jerry Morgan, and the Dog Warden, Matt Granito. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Except for the last.
Excellent. Okay, so
And then the last item on there.
Debbie Ashburn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Commissioner's Office requesting the board appoint Deborah Ashburn to act as acting Commissioner's Clerk in the event that Christine Blair, Commissioner's Clerk, is unable or unavailable to perform those duties at any time of the year of 2021. And further appoint Jerry Morgan, County Administrator pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 305.30 to act as acting Commissioner's Clerk in the event that Deborah Ashburn is unable or unavailable to perform those duties at any time during the year of 2021. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye. Great. Okay, and then the delegated powers for County Administrator. Commissioner's Office requesting the board approve and execute resolution number 21-003, authorizing County Administrator to exercise powers delegated hereby under the Ohio Revised Code 305.30. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. And then the copy charges, it's just going to 5 cents per black and white letter, legal copy with no charge until the total charge of a minimum of $1, beginning January 1st, 2021 for departments under the direction of Jog County Commissioners. Motion, please.
So moved.
Or no,
I was
Second.
gonna say, you wanna just do that whole
Okay,
subsection together,
yeah.
the
basically the gist of it is, right,
black and white
Yeah.
color, and then the change this year is to remove the CD charge and add the USB charge of $5 for public record.
for a USB, right? Okay.
Yes.
So it's $5 USB, 20 cents per color letter, and then 5 cents black and white. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye. Drainage Engineer, the Commissioner's Office requests the board appoint Joe Cattell as Drainage Engineer and set the compensation at a biweekly rate of $446.10, effective with pay number 2 through pay number 26, per the Memorandum of Understanding dated January 29, 2013. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. And then prevailing wage, the Commissioner's Office requesting the board appoint Jerry Morgan to serve as prevailing wage coordinator for Geauga County for 2021. And then the Commissioner's Office requesting the board appoint Nicholas Goris to serve as prevailing wage coordinator for Geauga County for 2021. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. And then credit card authorization.
I'll pass this to Jim,
Okay.
because he's now president, so he has to sign all of these.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So the credit card authorization, the Job and Family Services request the addition of Josh Burton and Austin Norton, which are their maintenance department people.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aging asked for Jessica Bolt at Shore Ridge and Mark Stuckbauer, which is their maintenance department people, to be added to the
Home Depot.
maintenance, Home Depot credit line.
Okay.
And then you'll see their names listed as well for the maximum amount that they are allowed to use under Glenn's account.
Okay.
Then all of the credit card authorizations for the departments based on what their card is and what their maximum amount per month is.
Yep.
For aging, department development, building, I'm waiting for community development. We were waiting for Mr. Castelletti to come in to sign paperwork, so that'll come later. Commissioner's office, DES, Job and Family Services, maintenance, transit, the auditor's office. You'll see that Mr. Von Torsik's name has been crossed off on the list because he is currently not in the office to sign the paperwork. And Ms. Jacobs was also removed, so once they return and come back in, then they will then be added. Their original signatures has to be on file at the auditor's office before
Where are
they
they
can
at?
use the card. Ms. Jacobs is out on medical.
She had a baby, right?
Al is on, I think, taking vacation.
Okay,
I broke his foot.
so I'll make a motion on all of those.
Second.
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. And just
There's one more page that I just want to add, the engineer's office, clerk reports, common police court, and probate juvenile with the end of that list of credit card use.
Okay.
That's all I have.
okay. Just I think we talked about it before, but as far as credit cards go, I mean, I don't think they're being used a whole lot here, right? I mean, this is just authorizing each one of
This
these.
is
to-
authorizing
yeah.
them so that if they're
Yeah.
going on if they have to go out of town for
Yeah.
travel or something, they can use the credit card, because it's actually become more difficult. That's another, one of those changes that's happened above us,
Mhm.
that like the hotels won't take personal credit cards with the sales tax exemption.
Mm.
It has to have a county card, so
Okay.
we've added, over the years, we've added more people to that list, because people who used to be able to go use their own credit card, get the sales tax exemption, and turn in for reimbursement aren't able to. do
Right, I
that.
remember that was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as keeping track of this, say he runs to Home Depot or where for various items, I mean, that's the responsibility of each department, is to make sure that those are,
They're staying within them, yes.
in that they're legitimate and there's no
Purchases.
funny business or anything like that, right?
Verifying on where it goes,
Yeah,
keeping track of
Okay.
it, keeping track of documentation of, this bill was for, they went to Home Depot and bought 2x4s.
okay,
This bill was 2x4s, and they went into whatever project at whatever.
okay, good.
Now, I know that the invoice comes to maintenance,
Yeah,
and
that's what I
so
want.
the department, like aging and JFS sends a copy of what the receipt is to Diane, so she's aware of what went onto the account, so when the invoice comes in,
It matches.
they
yeah.
do cash transfers that cover the payment.
Okay, very good.
Jerry has one
Yeah, I did
addition.
have one additional item. Late yesterday, we got from the airport board a purchase and, what is it called, contract for sale and purchase agreement. It's for the Venelac property. The Venelac property is being donated to them,
Oh, good.
to the county for the airport use. But it just came in yesterday, so it hasn't gone through the proper verifications with the prosecutor's office and airports outside council and things like that. So that's still going through, but they initially had a contract date for tomorrow, which they're not gonna meet, so the airport board is talking to Venelax to get that extended out.
Oh.
But what I wanted to ask is just approval from the board to authorize me to sign that agreement once it's gone through the proper vetting and is ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're donating it to
They're
the...
donating the property.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Wow, very good.
I make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. Okay,
Thank you.
so now that, Jim, you want to adjourn the meeting and,
I make a motion.
You're
to
the
adjourn
president.
meeting,
yeah?
yeah. I'm asking for an adjournment.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to adjourn the meeting?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congrats, everybody.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Very good.
Sheriff, how are you?
You guys need anything? Yeah.
You need more helmets or baseball bats or anything? Or
Yeah.
billy clubs?
Very good.
Other than that, I'd say we're good. Congratulations.
Except for the fact that I just sit
I'll
next to
move name
Ralph.
tags around and
Yep.
I've been trying to break.
I never
it
did
for
use
years
this,
now.
so-
He doesn't want to break.
Yeah.
even Jim will.
Yeah.
I might have to use it. You never know.
Remember when I got
I
that fly with
couldn't
that?
make it any shorter for you this year.
I could have probably shortened it up a little bit, but
Then blames him.
Yeah. That's great.
shoot.
Bigger and bigger every year.
All right. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw that email about the, that app for the vaccine thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see the news this morning?
No.
Fox, or Geauga County Health was on Fox News.
No.
There's a survey or something for the vaccine. Have you seen that?
No.
I guess it's supposed to help, like, figure out when you're supposed to get your shot or something. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
Have to look for that.
Yeah. Did you see it?
No.
It's on Fox this morning.
I have something else to show you too.
Yeah.
My brother's got
From 19 this morning.
had cancer like 25 years ago, so he's got a lung and a half.
Oh.
He's 65, lives in Portage County, and they can't answer when he can get a, coronavirus.
Yeah.
You know.
It seems to be
They don't
the
know
challenge.
when the state's gonna send them to them.
Well, they got about 200 doses or something.
Yeah.
And then they got a few more has been trickling in, but it's been very sporadic as far as like what the game plan is. It's kind of like
Yeah.
figure it out on your own. I think I don't know, but they're talking about some distribution list or something. I guess you can go on and take this survey and they'll, basically I went and looked at it this morning, but it said something like, if you live in congregate care, do you have disability? They're trying to figure out, your age and where you fall in line to get the thing. I mean, I don't hit any of the criteria for myself, I'm not,
Too young and too healthy.
yeah, right, I'm not getting one, I guess, yeah. I don't know, but have you had any communication with them at all? or-
No, well, we had that conference call yesterday at 10 o'clock, but Roger and I was on it, that's it.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had a call.
So they're supposed to maybe.
I think because of the schedule of the new year, they forgot to put it on our calendars
Yeah,
or something.
so maybe at the end of this week or next week, whatever, but there's a lot of information to talk about.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm sure that he's gearing up with, that, I didn't hear anything back at all from, no.
Yeah.
But I think those are good questions. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
think that was
call
just the
him.
questions to ask of more clarification.
Yeah. And
Because if it's
I think-
something they're gonna put out for people, for people's benefit, and they don't have to use it, then I don't think there's an issue with it. But
No.
if they're gonna make it
I don't think
mandatory,
they
then
have to
then there's
use
an
it.
issue.
Yeah. But I think it was like 50 cents per individual or
Yeah.
something, up to,
That was the fee.
Yeah.
It was 50 cents per.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
25,000.
I just, but as far as the privacy and some of that information, I'm curious about, like, who's handling that information. Yeah. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.